So just testing it. Hello and welcome here to New Era Stadium for the first week of the finals. We've just seen a game go through to Golden Point with the Devils getting over the top of Cabra 20-16. That was the under 16 girls silver. And now we're here for our match of the round, and we've got the under 18 girls gold between Toongabbie Tigers and Mounties. Now, the Tigers do have two teams in the under 18 girls gold. So, Tigers team 2 finished 3rd. This is Tigers team 1, and it finished 4th. So, it's a top 6 final series in the under 18 girls gold. The first week of the final sees 3rd play 6th and 4th play 5th. So, this is the 4th v 5th. Now, it was a forfeit today, so Toonie 2 finishing 3rd go through to next week, and we'll play Pennant Hills Cherrybrook. And the winner of this game will go through and play Cabramatta. Of course, that's that side that's laced with so many Parramatta rep players. And then, after next week, there'll be 2 preliminaries, and then the winner of those 2 games go through and play off in the grand final in a fortnight's time. So, important game this one, with a big game against Cabramatta awaiting the winner. Now, interesting, a couple of the girls in the Tigers team, they have had tape added to their jersey. So, we've got Tapau Taylor, she's closest to screen at the moment, just turning around. She's got 112 on, but the tape is on the 1. So she's wearing 112, and Raya McCoy, she's wearing 14, but again, the 1 of the 14 is in tape. She's standing next to Tapau Taylor there at the back. So that will help you if you're following along at home or wherever you're watching this match of the round game. Great to be with you. Seen some great rugby league again this season. And we're just getting geared up for the final series. Don't forget our boys game this afternoon. Lewis Shepherd back on deck here, straight after this one. And it's the Bulls versus the Concord Burwood Wolves. We saw all of those teams in action last week at Magic Round out at Kellyville. So it's 2 versus 3 this afternoon in that, with the Wolves having their chance last week to go minor premier, but unable to get over the top of their opposition, and therefore finished in 2nd. So, not too far away from getting this one underway. Mounties are going to kick. And both coaches in this competition suggesting that they've really had to ramp things up in the last month. There hasn't been a lot of football played in this age group. Number of forfeits, a lot of weather issues throughout the season, and so it's all come down to this last few weeks of the competition as we're underway in our under 18 girls gold, and a big strong tackle in the early stages, and we're going to see a penalty straight up as Amali Ahmet was collared high. She's going to receive a penalty for her trouble. So the Tigers are going to take the tap on their 30. And the ball goes out to Kiki Farlongo. And Kiki is wrestled to the ground. She'll be one of the attack weapons for the Tigers this afternoon. Ahmet in at acting half and gives it out to Tapau Taylor. She's up over the 40. So they've got 2 big strike weapons in their forward pack, the Tigers. This time it's Palu Shaft going for a run. And they've managed to hang on to the ball as they come back towards the centre. And at the moment, just feeling one another out, these 2 teams. Haven't played this year. Game week they were meant to play one another. It was washed out. As we see Kaylee Andrews take a hit up. It's been quite dark here as the ball goes across to McCoy. And she puts the kick in over the top, but it's well fielded. And a first chance for Mounties to go onto the attack, and they'll start just outside the 20. So they've got one addition to their team today. Sarah Fakir will wear jersey number 19, and Riley Morgan misses this afternoon. So one change to the Mounties lineup as they work this one up towards the 40. And haven't seen a lot of width of the ball, although we might start to see the ball get thrown around a little bit as we get towards the end of the set. Trying to get to her feet. They're going to head back towards the centre. And this is Tialpa. And she's up to halfway. So it's last tackle. Ball goes over the top. Kicking into a pretty strong breeze. Ball finds the ground. Chasing through hard as Mounties. And that ball's been recovered by the Tigers. Looked to be a little knock on. Linesman says no, it's okay. So the Tigers now get a chance to start from good field position, and down the sideline they go. And this time going for a run is Zai. Liga to knees. And Coach Steve Lloyd is expecting a big game from Zai this afternoon. Got a netball back around, very fast feet. Got a lot of time for her. The coach is Kaylee Andrews, takes a hit up and gets inside the 20. Armit in an acting half. Gets it out to McCoya. She's got numbers on the outside. Good defence, but there's a couple of players on the outside untouched. Referee's going to say forward pass. So, Ryan McCoya, she threw a nice ball. She gave her outside players a chance to go onto the attack. It was 3-on-1, but referee has called the pass forward. So, Mounties, their supporters breathe a big sigh of relief. And now we'll have a scrum 15 metres out from their line. So, referee's just going to blow that one up, telling the two sets of front rowers to pack tight up. And it's Mounties with the ball as they work their way out of their red zone. And getting the ball now is Lillian Fatlongo. She's up over the 20 before she's tackled. Head back towards the centre. As the wind really starts to howl here at New Era Stadium. Has been little bits of rain throughout the afternoon. They head back towards the centre, and attracting 4 and 5 defenders on that run was Tani. They're going to throw it wide, but the ball's hit the ground, so a chance now for the Tigers to go onto the attack and take control in the early stages of this game. 20 minutes to go in this first half. No score between Toongabbie Tigers and Mounties. So Armit will lock the scrum. No doubt she'll be picking it up from the base of the scrum. Maya Lloyd first pass off the base of the scrum. So Armit gives it to Lloyd. And Lloyd back on the inside gives it to Chloe Mackay. And Mackay doesn't find too many metres before she's knocked to the ground. Armit picked that one up. Looked to be a little bit of a knock on. Big hit on tap out Taylor. She's done well to hang on to the ball on that occasion. They go back to the left. Here's Makoya. Makoya's got Kiki on her outside, and she attracts 3 defenders every time she gets the ball. Trying to get to her feet. Come back towards the centre, and again, another strong run from Tapau Taylor. Referee's going to blow the penalty for inside the 10. So another chance for the Tigers to go onto the attack. And Mariah will take the tap. Here she goes. Tap out Taylor. Through them. Gets to her feet pretty quickly. Referee's going to rule knock on. As she tried to get to her feet, Tap out Taylor's put the ball on the ground. And the Mounties have been let off the hook. So chance now for them to catch their breath The Tigers pack very big, very solid, very strong. Not given a chance in that set of 6 to get their twin towers going, as it's Mounties now working the ball out from their own end. Referee's going to penalise Tigers. Too much work in the ruck. So chance now for Mounties to find touch. And finding touch is Fayad. So about 26 metres out from their own line. They just have to go and get the ball, which has gone into the grandstand. Oh, there's plenty of noise in our last game with Cabramatta involved in that game going to Golden Point. Okay, quick tap and away they go, Mounties. Let's see if they can hang on to the ball for this set of 6 and put an attacking kick in. That was Veifunga taking the first hit up. Looking as if they're looking to use the offload. That was Luai Ali'i with the hit up on that occasion. They're going to come to the short side. Nice hands. They get the ball out to Fa'alongo. Fa'alongo's bumping off players at will. She's up to the 40. She's going to play it. Getting into acting half is Talau. She's got support on her outside in Tapawai. And she's up to the 30 before she's tackled. Again, Talau. She's got Parawa on her outside. And Parawa's going to get one of the forwards to have a hit up. And it's a Nettie getting to her feet. So they head back towards the centre. Over the top goes Parawa. Ball finds the ground. Bounces away from the fullback who has to go back and pick it up. And Zai doing her best to stay into the field of play. Now referee's going to say on the back of the head. And the Tigers get a penalty. Zai just running behind one of her teammates. But referee let the Tigers get away with that one, but then penalised Mounties for work to the back of the head. As Zai takes a hit up and gets it up towards the 20. Trying to get a fast play the ball. So they're working it out past the 20. Good strong defence by Mounties. In there leading the way was Nguyen. As this time it's Fokolic going for a run. Armit picking it up. An acting half, and away she goes. She's up over halfway. That's good play from the hooker. They're going to go to the left. Long pass out to McCoya. She's got numbers on her outside and finds Zai. And she loves the contact. And that was what Coach Steve Lloyd said to me. She's got NRLW written all over her with a couple of years of development. This kick goes in over the top. That might just be too long. Ball's going to run towards the dead ball line, and over it goes. So a chance now for Mounties to reset. Quick tap, and away she goes. Referee says no, players were in front of you, your teammates. Everyone's got to be back behind the 20. So take the tap again. And Tulamau was trying to catch the Tigers napping. But they're going to go through the middle anyway. There's a good strong run here and passing on the outside. Ball comes off the hands of Tapawai. And the ball's hit the ground. And we're going to see a changeover. No, penalty again on the back of the head. Okay. So that was Luai Ali'i making the break. And Fakir is going to take the tap. And Sarah does what she knows best, runs straight into the defensive line. As Mounties try and get on a roll, tried to squeeze the pass out, came off the Tigers. The referee's going to say, ooh, knock on. So, looked as though it might have come off the Tigers player as Mounties tried to slip the pass away. Referee's going to say knock on. And Lloyd is going to feed this scrum. Now, due to a few injuries and players not here today, Lloyd has to play on the right edge, out of position. But has done a good job so far as McCoy goes for a run, and now she's coughed up possession. So Mounties are going to pick this one up. Referee will let the play go on as they head back towards the centre, and now Vaifunga puts the ball down. Well, scrappy start to this game. Seeing a lot of turnover in possession. Look, conditions aren't too bad. The field's wet, there's no doubt, due to all the bad weather we've had here in Sydney for the past couple of weeks. Pretty strong breeze. Might be affecting the girls as well. But the Tigers get the scrum feed. Arm it. No. Referee wants them to repack. Still 12 minutes to go in this first half. And just as they set this scrum on halfway, the wind starts to howl as Lloyd goes for a run. Whoa, big hit. Now, is she going to get up? Referee's going to blow penalty for a high shot. So my cop one in the shoulder area. And the referee is going to call out Samina and have a chat to her. And also being called out is Tapuai. So referee's just taking advice from the touch judges. What are we going to see? Lloyd's going to leave the field. So we're going to see more action taken here. So referee laying down the law to the skipper. And also the player involved. And she's going to the sin bin. So Parawa heading to the sin bin where she can cool her jets. And this is going to be a big advantage for the Tigers, who now have an extra player. But they have lost Lloyd. And she was already filling a hole that they had this afternoon. So Steve's going to have to come up with something special. The coach, Stocklich, goes for a run. And she's still going. Shire pushing off players at will. In the end, 3 or 4 players have had a shot to bring her down. She's tackled inside the 20. They get the ball out to Zai. She's got numbers on the outside. Long cutout pass. It finds Kiara Schmidt-Sanel. Referee says forward. No try. So it looked as though they had license to print money there on the outside. Long cutout pass. Changes being run for Mounties. Looks like Paula Halaholo coming on there. So another player leaving the field. A few changes being made. So they've still got the ball in their hands, the Tigers. Ref having a bit to say to the players. Let's see what happens. So scrum is going to be set. And Mounties win the scrum. And they're going to try and work it out. Now they're going to try and take as much time off the clock here as they can, being a player down. So you wouldn't think there'd be anything too expansive as Halaholo winds up. And she's up over the 20, heading towards the 30 before she's tackled. And they're coming back through the middle. This time it's Luluai Ali'i up towards the 40. She's been lively this afternoon. And show and go and now run. And now gets the pass away out to Tapuai. But referee called held, so Sharon will have to come back and play the ball. Talio in at acting half. And going for another run. Just might have copped a high one as well. Quick play the ball. Referee is going to say indiscretion in the play the ball. So chance now for the Tigers. Nguyen trying to rush to her feet. So get a second marker in there. And here goes Armit from acting half. Could see that hole on the blind side just starting to close up, so she decided to go back in field. And going for a run this time is Anthony. Up over halfway. Still got 8 minutes to go in this first half. Armit gets the ball out to McCoya. She's got support on the outside. That was Zion. She's had the ball knocked down. 6 more tackles. Tigers reset and away they go. McCoya, she had support on the outside and bundled into touch. Now, was the advantage taken? Ball was knocked down by Mounties. Yep, they're going to say advantage was taken. So Mounties will get this ball back. But McCoya just causing a few headaches on that left-hand attacking edge for the Tigers. Nguyen will play the ball. And Halaholo throws the ball and they've turned it over. First tackle. Player short with a player sitting in the sin bin. And instead of taking the contact, trying to offload the ball, pass was okay. A little bit high, should have been taken, but now turnover. So chance here for the Tigers. Really need to get their 2 big props involved here as they head out to McCoya. McCoya, she's going to take the contact herself. She's 35 out when she's brought to ground. Slow play the ball. Come back towards the middle as Tapau Taylor winds up. And there's 4 girls in there trying to bring her to ground. Well, McCoya hasn't got to her feet yet. She's still in a little bit of pain. Thokolic going for a run. Thokolic is pushing off one, but she's brought to ground inside the 20. They've got numbers here on the short side, and this is where they go. Armit gives the ball out. A couple of passes out to Anthony. Anthony's got support on the outside, finding Schmidt-Sennell. And Schmidt-Sennell in the corner. Great hands. They just fed the ball along the back line. Hands, very good hands. Kiara Schmidt-Sennell. And she just had to squeeze through between a player and the sideline. And she's opened up the scoring for the Tigers. So 4-0 in favour of Toongabbie. That try brought to you by Omnia Business Solutions for all your accounting, bookkeeping, consulting and payroll needs. They've been great sponsors throughout the home and away and now the final series as well. We thank the team at Omnia Business Solutions for their support in season 2025. So Amali's going to have a shot to try and stretch this lead. This is a really, really tough kick. Apart from the fact that she's a couple of metres in from the sideline, she's got a howling gale coming across the field. So she'll do a good job to get this ball to the post. It is a really tough kick, kicking into the breeze. Still 5 minutes, just under 5 minutes to go in this first half. Been a lot of mistakes. Both sides guilty of turning the ball over early in the tackle count. But on that occasion, Armit, she knew what to do. She went the short side. She had numbers and really good hands to find Kiara, who scored in the corner. So Amali, the right footer. Call a time off. And she's got plenty of air underneath it. It was on target, but just kicking into that breeze Just couldn't get the ball to the goalposts, and it remains 4-0 in favour of the Tigers. And still a player short. Per hour sitting in the sin bin after a high shot on Maya Lloyd. Lloyd having to leave the field, putting a little bit more pressure on the Tigers on that right edge. She's Lloyd playing out of position this afternoon. Her father, Steve, the coach, suggesting that it was a necessity that the team had to come up with after being a player short. And now they've lost Lloyd as well. So we're about to get back underway. And Tiani puts boot to ball and gets it down deep. And here comes Tap Out Taylor, winding up, bang, likes the contact. And she's knocked over inside the 40, trying to get to her feet. Where's Kiki? She's just off the ruck here as Thokolic goes for a run, uses one of the Mounties players as a speed hump. She gets to the, a little bit of push and shove after the tackle's made. Armit goes for a run this time. Good strong run by Thokolic, got Armit on the front foot. Referee's now going to blow a penalty for inside the 10. So Tigers starting to get a little bit of a roll on here. And Armit throw the ball across to Zai to kick for the line. No, that's McCoyer. So Rise found touch. Zai's got to be lurking somewhere. She's out the back here. She's got the short white socks on. Keep an eye on her when she injects herself into the back line. Well, from the tap, the Tigers have turned the ball over and now given away a penalty offside. So they have compounded the error, and Mounties will now get a penalty. Steve Lloyd, he'd be pulling his hair out. They've had plenty of opportunity with the extra player to really put a couple of tries on Mounties, and Mounties, they've just been able to weather the storm. Per hour coming out of the change room. She's lurking on that far sideline, getting ready to come back onto the field for her team. And away they go, Mounties, and this is Veifunga. And she's up over halfway on tackle 1. I'll come back towards the centre. A couple of passes off the ruck. And just trying to push through. That's Leah Luai Ali'i as they head back towards the middle. Hala Holla, long cut-out pass. Gets the ball out to Tapawai, who's tackled. Head back towards the middle. Paula's going to wind up this time and take the contact. And here she goes. This is what Paula needs to do. Put her foot on the floor, then look to offload. And away, she's got her side on the front foot. They've got numbers. They get it out to Luai Ali'i, and she's coughed it up. And Kiki's in the right spot at the right time. So this is Fa'alongo playing the ball. And here goes Zai. Look at her go. Dummies. Pushes off one. Gets the ball away, and they're going to turn over the ball again. Mounties have dived on it. So Liliana Fa'alongo has picked up an injury, grabbing a wrist. And there's a fair bit of concern being shown by a couple of the Tigers players. Referee's blown time off. 20 seconds left in the half. And Fa'alongo trying to give those fingers a bit of a wiggle. She's still holding that wrist. So, chance here for both of the sides to get together in the shadows of half-time just to have a quick chat. Of course, coaches will get to them at half-time. Suggest we'll see a slicker second half once the coaches have had a chance to talk to both teams. But Liliana gets to her feet. She's going to head towards the sideline. That right wrist. She's going to try and head towards her teammates. And she's going to head to the... Yep. she's going to head to the sideline. So did the right thing, jumped on the lost ball, and in the melee has come up with a wrist injury. So Liliana getting a nice round of applause from her teammates as she heads towards the bench. Just trying to see whether Parawa is back out there. She is. As they're going to have a quick chat to the referee with 20 seconds to go. Now they're going to say scrum, Mounties feed, and Parawa with the ball in her hand. Tiapa not first pass off the ruck, but she's just moving back into position. Have they got a trick shot in their bag of tricks with maybe 1 or 2 plays before that halftime siren goes? Referee waves time back on. So, bad pass from the base of the scrum. That'll be the halftime siren. Will they be able to get this scrum packed? Doubt it. They tried to get the ball out quickly to Tiaupa. Talau, pretty ordinary pass from the base of the scrum. And that's really been the story in this first half. The under-18 girls gold winner of this game goes through to play Cabramatta next week in the second week of the finals in a preliminary final. The loser says ta-da in season 2025. Tigers, they lead 4 points to 0. Try to Kiara Schmidt-Sanel, who scored in the right-hand corner. We've seen one player sent to the sin bin for Mounties, with Parawa spending 10 minutes in the bin, but she is back out there, so it's 2 full squads playing in the second half. We'll take a quick break and be back with the second half action here at New Era Stadium. Back here for the second half as players have taken the field. Touch judges getting to their vantage points and referee smack bang in the middle. 4-0 here in favour of the Tigers in this elimination final. Don't forget the boys this afternoon when this game's over. Lewis Shepherd will be in charge as the Bulls take on the Wolves. As the ball goes down to Mounties and taking a run is Tapuai, and she's up making a break and busting through the line, but she's brought to ground 40 metres out. Good way to start the half. The coach would be happy with that after scrappy first 25 minutes. Ball comes back this time for Anetti, and she's up towards the 20, and she attracts a couple of defenders as well. Quick play the ball. Referee says she's lost it. They started the half so well. They'd got down inside the 20. Chance for Mounties to really launch an attack, and they've turned it over. You'd think that the Cabramatta girls would be tuning in to watch this at some stage. Of course, winner of this game plays Cabramatta next week. As Armit at the base of the scrum picks the ball up. And straight away, it's the Tigers going onto the attack. They're going to keep coming to this short side. And they've got 2-on-1 here. And is going back through the middle is McCoya. And she's been tackled. So Armit. A couple of passes off the ruck. They're going to head out to another one of the middle forwards. It's Palu Sharp taking a run. Armit. A couple of passes off. Gets it out to Kiki, who's got support on the outside. And Tapau Taylor. She's tackled inside the 30. Two big forwards working together. They'll go the short side again. And taking a hit up is Andrews. And Andrews has turned the ball over. So Mounties this time. Referee's going to blow a penalty. High shot. A little bit of work on the head. So referee doesn't like that. Another penalty to Mounties. And they're going to take a kick for the line. So Perella puts that one well and truly over the sideline. And they're going to start the set 45 metres out. Trying to take the tap a bit short. It's got to come up. Up. Yep. Up towards, that's it, where the touch judge is. And we're back underway. Nguyen takes a run. She's up over halfway. Ball's been stripped. Referee says 2 in the tackle. Oh, here's a chance. Mounties, big chance. They can look to find touch. No, they're just going to take the tap and go. Referee tells Nguyen to go back and take the tap again. And she lines up the defence. Crashes over the 30. Quick play the ball. So they come back towards the middle as Fakir takes a run. Just tries to settle it down. Slow play the ball. We're going to head back towards the middle. And Tani taking the hit up. She's brought to ground inside the 20. They've got some numbers on the outside, and going for a run is Tialpa. Slips the ball back on the inside, crashing through Luai Ali'i. Referee points to the spot. Mounties girls go up. They've levelled the scores. So try to Lani. Luai Ali'i has scored. So 4-all. They've had plenty of the ball in the second half. And Mounties. Chance here to take the lead. And Sarah's going to have the shot. She's not going to take it back too far. That breeze is still quite strong. Going to have to kick the ball into that. So for Kia, they're just bringing out the tee to her now. She wears those bright blue boots. Referee getting a drink as well. The wind wasn't blowing. It'd be a beautiful day. Spring's on its way. Sarah lining this one up. That try brought to you by Omnia Business Solutions for all your accounting, bookkeeping, consulting and payroll needs. They just let Selu Tialpa run at them, and she brought Lani back on her inside. Lani was able to squeeze through a hole, and referee's going to blow time off. Sarah's going to go in and try and give her side the lead. Time back on. Oh, cannons into the crossbar and waved away. So will that come back to haunt Mounties? 4-all in this elimination semi. All different final series in the Parramatta Junior Rugby League. There's some 3-week final series, some 4, some top 4, some top 5, some top 6. The under-18 girls gold is the top 6. And the 3rd versus 6th this afternoon already a forfeit. So Toongabbie Tigers 2 going through to next week, and they'll play Pennant Hills Cherrybrook. Cabramatta play the winner of this game. Last game went to Golden Point. Let's see what happens as Makoya gets the ball back underway. And straight away, Mounties who have to hit the ball up. And not a lot of room to move that time for a netty. And they give the ball this time out to Tani. And she's tackled. Trying to get to her feet to play it. They go out to Fakir. She's just going to run straight at the line. She's tackled on halfway. I'll go that short side per hour. It's got some numbers on the outside. Not a lot of room through there. Oh, bit of push and shove in that. Still wanting to go on with it is Tulimau after she played the ball. Running sideways here, but there's a hole. And away they go, Tialpa. She's still going. She's pushing away from another. She's got support on her outside. She won't need it. Zai comes across and tackles her. No room through as they head back towards the middle on last tackle. Here's the try scorer running with the ball in one hand. Can she slip the pass away there? Trying to hold onto the ball. She's trying to back away in over the line. Last tackle held up. Oh, Lani Leoluai Ali'i. She holds the ball like she's holding a ping pong ball in her hand. And now it's the Tigers who are going to have to work this one out. Tialpa, she's starting to create. She was running sideways, but then once she hit the Jets, bang, she was through the gap. She had some support on her outside, but there's starting to be some warning signals for the Tigers as Mounties are starting to come for them. As it's the Tigers working it out from their own end. Trying to get to her feet and play the ball quickly. And now has knocked it on. That's Bagizo. So they just can't get through a set of 6, the Tigers. They just keep turning the ball over and you keep giving Mounties a chance. They'll set something up. So Selu Tialpa is just going to go and have a chat with the lock. So Zoe Talau. And you'd have to think Tulimau somewhere. So ball's picked up by Talau. And she's going to dummy and go herself. Good strong tackle made by Bagizo. They're going to come short side again. This is Tiaupa, still going, ball in hand. She's got support on the outside, gets the pass out, gets it out to Veifunga. Now, Veifunga may well have dropped it as she's tried to put it down. Referee says yes. And chance goes begging for Mounties. But Sellu's starting to really cause some headaches for the Tigers on their left-hand side defensive. She's just running with the ball in two hands. There's no one coming at her. And she was able to slip the pass out that time to Ava, who showed good hands to grab it. But then as she tried to put the ball down, she just coughed it up over the line. McCoy feeds the scrum this time. Lloyd's back out there, good to see. And she's getting the ball out wide. She's got some support even wider as they are going to come away from that far side of the field. And already over the 30. So they'll come back towards the middle. And this time it's Kylie Andrews. Kaylee just copping a shot. Penalty given. And referee just having a quick chat to Sarah Fakir about lifting. So Kaylee will take the tap. So they're on the 40. They have had very little ball in this second half. There's 14 minutes to go. Oh. Well. Tap out Taylor. Not the first time this afternoon. Be interesting to see what Mounties can come up with here as Tiaupa again. She's got Talau locking the scrum. Surely they look to come to this right-hand side again. Tiaupa's been having a field day on this right-hand side. So, I'll feed it. Talau's going to go to the left. And they get the ball out wide, trying to squeeze through. So Tiani Tulamau trying to take a few more yards. Referee telling to go back and play it. Now, they go out to Newen, and she's hitting a strong tackle. Tap out Taylor getting in there to make a tackle, and also Andrews in there to lend a hand. They're going to come to Fakir. Fakir's got Hulla Hollow running off her shoulder. And here you go. Paula starting to wind up. Can she get the ball down? She's just short. She's knocked it on. So Paula's in a bit of pain. Look who's getting up from the base of that tackle. Marley Armit. Now, Paula's in a fair bit of distress. So, well, we saw Steve Lloyd, the coach of the Tigers in the first half, have to see his daughter come from the field. And now, Tafui Halaholo, the coach of Mounties, is watching from the sideline as Paula is unable to get to her feet. Stressful enough for the coaches, and then they've got to worry about their kids out there as well. Paula's still looking like she's in a fair deal of pain. She's a couple of players coming over to check on her. Now, we did see the stretcher twice in earlier games. No ambulance was needed on either occasion, but fair bit of talk going on at the moment between Tiaupa, also in there having a chat to the referees, Veifunga. She's walking away now, Ava. But they're just having a chat to Paula, just lying on that right hip and knee. And she started to to get some steam up. She ran at the defensive line. She looked as though she was going to be able to rumble away into the try line or over the try line. And so to rub salt into the wound, she's turned possession over as well. Paula, they're trying to get her up to her feet. 4 trainers around her. Chance for both teams to get together and huddle up. It's 4-all in this elimination semi-final. 3-week semi-final series here. Paula's on her feet, good to see. I didn't need the stretcher. She's going to get a round of applause from the crowd. Don't forget the under-16 Div 1 boys coming up next. That game was due to start at 3:30. Lewis Shepherd calling that one, and it's 2nd versus 3rd. So Lewis will be calling that game between the Concord Burwood Wolves and also the Hills Bulls. So Paula's leaving the field slowly. She's going to be slower than the trainers who have all left the field. Poor Paula's going to make her way out off slowly before this scrum can be fed. And she's off the field now. So every time we go to set a scrum, the wind starts howling. So a chance here for the Tigers. They've had a few minutes to catch their breath. Lloyd's going to feed this scrum. Just having a quick check on that blind side to see if they had the numbers. They've decided to come to the open side and see if they can hold the ball for a set of 6. As going for a run, here's Zai. Trying to get to her feet for a quick play of the ball. And this time, going for a run is Bagizo. She pushes off one, comes to Tulamau, can't get past her, but they're on the attacking side of halfway. Ball goes to Thokolic. Thokolic, gets those elbows up. Missed the Mounties defender. Armit. Pass goes behind Zai, who has to run back. Liga Tanese picks the ball up, and she gets the ball out to Bagizo, and Bagizo is running into the defenders. Noah in there making the tackle with the help of one other. Armit picks the ball up, gives it out to McCoya, who kicks it on last tackle. Ball bounces. Andrews trying to get involved, but showing a little bit more passion for that ball is Newen, and it's Mounties with it, 4-all. Now, they'll come back towards the centre of the field, and Tabawai taking a run. Here's Newen again. She winds up straight into the opposition. Thokolic there, bends her backwards. Also Lloyd in making the tackle. Now, looking to pass the ball is Mana Malunga. She hangs on to it that time, takes the tackle. Here we go. They've got the ball out, trying the wrap around, but the ball's gone to ground. I think they had the right idea. Tiapa trying to use Luluai Ali'i, but the ball's hit the ground, and it's time for the Tigers to go onto the attack. As tap out Taylor. Another drop ball. She's just thrown her head back. Games like this you just want to forget. So halfway, it's time for Mounties to set up. And Parawa going for a run. She's got numbers on the outside, gets the ball out to Tabawai. And Tabawai coming back on the inside. High shot. Players calling for that. Referee didn't see it. Sharon trying to get to her feet. Slow play the ball. Ball goes to Fakir, who likes to go the short side. She looks as if she'll come back towards the middle and steps off that right foot, but she's barreled. There's no room to move for her. Oh, and pushed by Thoklich as she tried to get up. Quick cuddle between the two girls. And Sarah's going to take the kick for the line. So 20 metres from the try line. It's 4-all. Winner goes through, loser, season over. What have Mounties got? They haven't led all afternoon. They trailed 4-0. Levelled the scores early in the second half. So they're going to try and come back towards the middle. And there's the first tackle. Marley Armit in there, tackling Tulamau. Tiapa, ball in two hands. Here she goes. Oh, she slipped the pass away and it's been dived on by the Tigers, so they survive. The Tigers now. Can they hang on to it for 6? So, here goes Zai. She's running up and going through the defensive line. I need to get her hands on the ball, and we've got another injury. We've already seen one of the Mounties players leave the field, Halaholo, and they're screaming out to Maya Lloyd, I think, from the Tigers, one of the trainers, and could be Parawa, the 7. Having a quick look through the rest of the girls out there. I think that's who it is. No, that's the 15. So that's Ola Unga, who's going to head towards the sideline. So, Liga Tenise will play the ball. Starting to build up some injuries now, Mounties, as Tui Moana leaves the field. And coming back out there is Daphne Tarney. All right, referee can get us back underway. Still got 8 minutes to go. It's been a long second half, long injury delays, as the Tigers trying to get the ball forward. Not a lot of room to move through the middle of the ruck. And, well, my Francia has won a side of penalty. So Francia just trying to get a quick play of the ball. And the referee having a quick chat to her. She'll take the tap and run into the defensive line. All the girls are offside here on the outside. The referee's told them to come back. And going for a run is Maya. And she's getting the ball up towards halfway, but a slow play of the ball. They're going to go to Thoklich. And she's up over halfway. She pushes away from 1. Still going. Pushes away from 2. Good run by Shire. Still going. 3, 4. Look out. Hair's come out, but she's still going. Palms one in the face. Now they're going to pick her up and drive her back. So, good run by Thoklich. Armit gets the ball out to Liga Tenise, and she's through. She's through another. She's going to come to the fullback. They're coming across in cover. She's still going. She's tackled just short. They've got tackles up their sleeve. McCoya in it, acting half. She's going to go herself. She's got 2 defenders to beat. And they're able to hold her up. Now, Armit, she's got into the 9 position this time. Liga Tenise, long ball. They get it out to Andrews. She's got support on the outside. She's come to the last line of defence. The ball goes out to Lloyd. Lloyd's going to slide over for a try and give the Tigers back the lead. Well, that was an entertaining passage of play. Shire Thoklich take a bow. You set that up for your team. She's feeling a bit sore and sorry for herself as she hobbles towards the sideline. But a big, strong run by Shire Thoklich got them going. Then it was Liga Tenise getting them forward again. And then they just got the ball out wide. Andrews, she had the numbers on her outside. She got the ball out to Lloyd, and Lloyd's crashed over And it's now 8-4 in favour of the Tigers. That try brought to you by Omnia Business Solutions for all your accounting, bookkeeping, consulting and payroll needs. So, Amali will try and add the extras. And again, she's doesn't have an easy kick. She's taken it back to 20 metres again. We've still got 6 minutes to play. And the injury toll starting to mount for the Mounties team. All right, what can Amali do? Big, deep breath. She's going to hit this with all that she's got. Try and give her side a 6-point lead. They lead by 4. She gets plenty of air underneath it. Just short, waved away. Game still on. 8 points to 4 in favour of Toongabbie. It's already one Toongabbie side through to preliminary finals next week. And a chance for the second side to get through as well. So, slow walk back to halfway. Led by Sarah Fakir. And Tiani Tulamau with the ball. And the tee. 4 minutes 40, time ticking. Very slow walk back. Referee is telling the girls to give themselves a little bit more room. He'll be keeping a close eye on the kick. They're just wasting time here. Tiani's having troubles getting the ball on the tee. And the referee keeping a close eye on. Players all stood behind the halfway. So we're back underway. And this is Zai. Running away from defenders at will. She's got loads of ability as they go to Thorklich. She's put the hair back up and she's again running into defenders. Andrews at acting half. Gets it to McCoya. She gets the ball out even wider to Begizo. She's got support as well, but Francia is pulled into touch. Good strong tackle by Tanoa. And less than 4 minutes. Mounties, they've got to get themselves organised. This time is ticking off the clock. They took too long to kick off. Now they're wasting time again. All right. So, well, just over 3 minutes to play. And it goes to Fakir. And Sarah's finding a little bit of room to move until she runs into Kiki. And Kiki says, come here, no further for you. The ball this time goes out to Tani. And again, it's Kiki lining them up. Daphne trying to get to her feet. They're going to go the far side again. Parawa's got numbers on her outside. And this is Tabawai. And Tapawai is up over halfway through the tackle count. They've got to try and get the ball into the hands of Tiaupa. They're just starting to burn tackles here, and they're not firing a shot. They'll go to the left-hand side. Here goes Parawa, gets it out to Newen. Newen's got some support, but just knocked straight over. That was Tammy Tai. So I'll come back towards the centre. Fakir puts the ball up. Can the ball find the ground? Oh, chasing through is Francia. And the ball's ricocheted off her feet. It's had to be cleaned up by Begizo. And they're going to earn themselves another set of 6. So McCoy's got the ball. We've got less than 2 minutes on the clock. They haven't got themselves organised here, Mounties. There's no one out here on this far side of the field, but it's gone through the middle and picked up by Manu Malunga. And she's running into the defensive line. They only trail by 4. Try here makes that conversion all the more important. As Lani goes for a run from acting half. She's tackled just short. They've got options both sides. Tallow into acting half. They get the ball out to Tani and she's put it down. Daphne just had a quick look up at the line and bang, ball came out. So I'll run some time off the clock here. So Andrews goes for a scamper. There's just over 60 seconds left to play. No slow play from the Tigers. Thoklich, she's been one of the better players out on the field this afternoon. Got a side going when they scored the try that put them in front. And here comes Zai. Liga to knees. Coach Steve Lloyd's got big raps on her, suggesting there's an NRLW career ahead for her, which is a big rap as they come back towards the centre. 30 seconds to go. Couple of tackles left. I'll play it. Andrews gets the ball out to Kiki. Kiki's got some runners on her outside. They get it out to Zai again. Look out. She's running time off the clock. And she's running through holes as well. She's tackled on last. 32 metres out from Mounties' line. Andrews with the ball. Kicks it over the top. Tulamau back there. Picks it up. Now, what have they got? They need something special from their end of the field. They trail by 4. And that will be all she wrote. Referee blows full time. Ooh, Tiani just throwing the ball at the opposition. She's not happy with the result. But it's Toongabbie Tigers who slide through to week 2 of the under-18 girls gold. Toongabbie team 1. That's the 2 Toongabbies. So they will go through to play Cabramatta next week in a preliminary final in this under-18 girls gold. The other preliminary final will be between Pennant Hills Cherrybrook and the other Toongabbie team. And of course the winners of those 2 games will then play off in the grand final in a fortnight's time. 8 points to 4. Tough goal kicking conditions with the strong breeze, but tries to Kiara Schmidt-Sennell in the first half for the Tigers, and Maya Lloyd scored the second try for the Tigers. For Mounties, 1 try to Lani Leuluai Ali'i. So 8 points to 4. Tigers live to fight another day. We'll take a break, and very soon it'll be Lewis Shepherd back with the boys. Match of the round. Hills Bulls taking on the Concord Burwood Wolves. 2nd versus 3rd.